Weather change. It's cold now. So last Tuesday, the second round of municipal elections was held here in Israel. The second round is for cities where no mayoral candidate received a minimum threshold of 40%. And the results are interesting and still difficult to understand. Let's talk about some statistics. In the first round of elections, voters were more likely to show up to the polls if they lived in smaller towns or rural communities or were wealthier. Also, runoff election day was not a holiday, whereas the first round was, and that probably depressed turnout further. Now, that may sound familiar to people who live in most democracies because that's true in most places, and it tends to benefit conservatives. But in Israel, thanks to the pervasive influence of the kibbutz movement, that actually benefits left-wing parties, or at least it would if anyone was running on their normal national party. Additionally so because in these elections, Arab Israelis actually had a higher rate of voter participation than Jews. Political parties in Israel have become weaker and weaker over the decades, and this in cities has led to the rise of mystery parties. Say you are Carmel Shama HaKohen, and you are a member of the Likud party, but you're running for mayor in Ramat Gan where the Likud party has no chance of winning. Well, just change your affiliation to one Ramat Gan, and boom, you become mayor, and that's exactly what happened. One of the highlights of this election is the number of women who were elected to mayorships, an all-time high of 11. Now, if that seems like a low number to you, it did to me too, especially since there are at least twice as many female representatives in the Knesset, which has fewer numbers than the total number of mayors in Israel. This may have something to do with the difference between a parliamentary system and a first-past-the-post vote for mayor. Haifa elected its first woman mayor in Einat Kalish Rotem. In a very surprising outcome, Aliza Bloch became the first woman mayor of the ultra-Orthodox community of Bet Shemesh. In Jerusalem, the capital, it ultimately came down to a race between an ultra-Orthodox candidate, Moshe Leon, and a sort of secular coalition candidate named Ofer Berkovitz, and Leon narrowly won. So what this means for national elections is no more clear than it was before. For the Avocado, I'm Sam Aronow, and we're right back where we started.